He got problems, she got problems. Only I got 411 problems. Hey, hi, what's up, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Vlogmas, and welcome to Bear Crawl. Yeah, let's get these little short stories about middle school. I wasn't in middle school. What was this? This was high school. Was this ninth grade? This was high school. I know it was high school, but anyway, because we we were on the varsity team. Anyway, so we had I don't even know what this class was. What was this class? Economics? Child, what was this class? I don't even know why we was taking this class. What was the class? I don't even know what the class was, to be totally honest. I don't know if it was economics. I don't know what it was because we was doing a lot of worksheets in this classroom. So anyway, me and my teammate, at this point in time, this specific day in class, we were done with our work. So we was chatting. Most of the time, everybody was done with their work and we was talking and chatting because everybody in the class pretty much knew everybody. Like I said, it was a small town, so everybody pretty much knew everybody. Like you know, it was like especially in the African American community, like families knew, families, each other family or whatever. So everybody kind of knew everybody. So in this particular class, it was a lot of us who pretty much knew each other and would talk, laugh, or whatever. But me and my teammate, did I have two teammates in here? I think I had two teammates in there on the basketball team. But anyway, when we were in there talking, we were talking. There's one specific teacher was also a coach, but he was a coach on football. He wasn't a head coach. He was more like, I don't even think he was an assistant. He wasn't a water boy, but he was a coach of football. I don't know what he did on football. He was a coach of football though. Like, not one of the major players, but a coach. Gave you a little title. I don't know. Stand in the picture. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so we were sitting in class and we were talking or whatever because our work is done. And so me and my teammate was talking, and so he had told her, he was like, can you be quiet? And we was like, why are we being quiet? He was like, because other people are working. So everybody else was like, nah, we're done. We all was like having our own conversation or whatever. And so we wasn't loud, but it was, you know what I'm saying? It was just, I felt like, me personally, I felt like you was targeting us because we were on the basketball team. And so anyway, he was like, can y'all just be quiet? Can y'all keep it down? And we wasn't being loud, like we was just talking amongst ourselves. So it was like, we're not even being loud. And so he was like, just keep it down. So I was like, you know what? So I turned around because my two teammates were sitting behind me on a different row. So I turned around, face forward, and then, just start basically fiddling in my book. Because at this point, everybody was talking, but it's like, seems like to me you were singling out the basketball players. Like I said, it was three of us in there. So it was like, okay, whatever. So I turned around. So the next day, we not doing any work because, like I said, in this class, we was always doing worksheets. I don't even know what the class was. I don't even know what. I don't know. I think maybe it was an elective. I don't even know why I was in the class, child. I probably just needed credit or I ain't had nothing else to take. I don't know. Anyway, so the next day, we're playing Hangman. I saw somebody was like, why would y'all play a game called Hangman where you're hanging a man? I don't know. Anyway, like you guessed the word basically, and every time you missed the letter, like you drew a body part. Yeah, it was actually a thing. Like holy crap. Yeah, so it was actually you draw like the little stand, and then you had, every time you miss a letter, you draw a body part. Yeah, so we was playing that in class. Wow. We was playing that in class. It was a free day or whatever. He didn't have nothing planned, I guess. Like I said, most of the time we was working on worksheets. And so I end up guessing what the word was. It was 3 letters. And at this point in time, Independence Day was popular. Like the movie had just came out, I think. I think it just came out, but it was popular or whatever. And this one, people, well, our age group, we was really falling for Will Smith, and we thought Will Smith was the best thing going. And so it was popular. And so I guessed, because instead of saying the whole Independence Day, they were calling it ID4. Independence Day, 4th of July. They were calling it ID4. So I guess ID4. And so they the girl was like, yeah, you got it. So if you got it right, like, you would go up to the board and, basically create the puzzle. You would be the one to create the next puzzle. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And so the girl was like, another girl was like, actually it was Paisley. Paisley was like, I'll take your spot. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. So when Paisley went to the board, the teacher was like, why are you up there? You didn't guess it right. And so Paisley was like, she told me I could take her turn. And so I turned around, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause we minding our own business, like real talk. It's like nobody was fighting, like, Paisley, sit down. It's not your turn. Like, none of that. It was negotiated. It was cool. Yeah, it was cool. Like, go up there. I don't want to go up there and create the puzzles. I just want to guess them, you know? So I turned around, and so he was like, is it okay? And I was like, yeah, it's okay. And so we looked at each other and then looked at him, and I didn't say nothing. But my teammate was like, man, you always got something to say. Every time you turn around, you got something to say. They weren't even beefing or nothing. They weren't even fighting nothing. Why would you tell her to sit down? Which was true, because it wasn't like, I could see if it was like a squabble, and I was like, I was like, Paisley, like, dang, you took my turn. We had already discussed, like, it was cool or whatever between us, so yeah, she could do it, and it wasn't an issue. Why did you feel like you had to insert yourself in the conversation? So my team, man, you always doing that. Ugh, you always doing that. And so he was like, you better watch your tone. And so she was like, oh, okay. Not thinking nothing of it, right? So the next day come, and we had worksheets again. I don't know. We had worksheets again. And so we were doing the worksheets, and worksheets don't take long, especially like if you common sense, you know how to read, do the worksheets like in no time. So it had gotten to the point where it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he be tripping about us talking. We just gonna drag it out and then wait till everybody finish so we can talk. So it would be like, okay, when you finish, we had came up with it, the class, not him. When you finish, turn your paper over so we'll know when everybody finished so we can talk. And you take him up, give him the paper, everybody can talk. Like, so you shouldn't say nothing to nobody. So we waited so everybody was finished. Everybody was finished. Paisley picked up the papers, took them to the teacher, can't sit down, we yapping. So we laughing, talking, and out of the blue, he says, Angel, quiet down. And at this point, it sounds like I'm talking to my teammates. And so my other teammate, the same one, she was like, what is the problem? Like, we all sitting in here talking, like, what is the issue? And he was like, I am y'all teacher. Don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me. And it's like, nobody is disrespecting you. Don't disrespect me. So after that, I was like, you know what? It's whatever. I don't know what the issue was. I don't know what the issue was at this time. I don't know what the issue was. Anyway, so I think I'm in 9th grade. Maybe 10th. Because I remember this teacher. So this teacher, Caucasian, heavy set, face, very beautiful. You can tell like she practiced, made sure like her makeup was always on point. Blonde lady, blue eyes, her very light blue eyes. But her makeup wasn't too much. It was just right. You could tell, like, you know how the girlies can do like the no makeup look. She could do that every day, but she was a Caucasian girl, like you could tell, but she was very, very heavy set. So she was my algebra teacher. So when I walk into the classroom, coach is in there. So non-essential coach, he's in there and they're talking. And so I walked into the classroom, and so he was like, do she give you problems in your class? She was like, no. Angel, are you giving him problems? No, I'm not giving him problems. Yeah, her and her teammates just talk all the time. I said, when do we talk? Before or after work? It doesn't matter. Y'all just talk all the time. I said, interesting. It doesn't matter, but we're allowed to talk after our work is complete. Correct? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Y'all just talk all the time. So my teacher, the algebra teacher, she was like, are you getting in trouble, Angel? And I was like, no. She was real cool, like real cool. I was like, no, I'm not getting in trouble. I said, I just said he allows us to talk after our work is complete. Nobody is talking until our work is complete. I said, we even came up with a system. Once you're done with your worksheet, you return your worksheet over, and we wait till everybody is done. All the papers will get turned in, and then we start talking amongst ourselves. So she looked at him and she was like, is that true? So he was like, yeah. So she was like, so how is she talking or being disrespectful in your class if that's something that you allow? He was like, no, they just talk all the time and they just disrespectful to me. Nobody is disrespectful to you. I said, again, nobody's disrespectful to him. I was like, he jumps in conversations that nobody didn't even know why. I was like, all of us was talking and you told me to keep it down and I wasn't even loud. I was like, I don't know what your issue is and I don't even care about this. I walked away and went to my desk. So anyway, before he walked out of class, he was like, don't worry about it. I'll fix it. Had no clue what that meant. Wasn't even worried about it, right? So we went on weekend come, and during this time, y'all, like we played 2 games. We would play Friday and Saturday. Sometimes we would play 3 games a week. Sometimes we would play Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, right? And so me and my teammates, like I said, we was on the basketball team. So we was this was basketball practice. Yeah, we went on or whatever. So this is Monday basketball practice, right? We did basketball practice, did all that stuff. We finished, we tired, we ready to go home. So coach said, Angel, teammate, come and let me talk to y'all. So he take us out in the hallway. And so me and teammate looking at each other like, man, what are we doing? So we're standing at one end of the hall. He's standing at another end of the hall. And so he was like, what did I tell y'all at the beginning of the season? That, it was very important how y'all act in the classroom represents me. So me and teammate looking at each other like, what is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, we oblivious. Don't know what you're talking about. We was like, yeah. And so he was like, so I shouldn't have no teachers coming to me telling me that y'all being disrespectful in their class. So I looked at teammate and I was like, you got somebody being disrespectful? Like, you being disrespectful? She was like, no, I don't know what he's talking about. Like, you. And I was like, nah. So we don't know what you're talking about. It's like, oh, you don't know what I'm talking about, huh? No. So he goes, oh, okay. So coach coming to me and telling me that y'all over talking him, being rude, being disrespectful in his class. He's lying. Yeah. Both of us at the same time. Yeah. Because you can come in the classroom and ask our classmates, oh, like I'm really going to come in there like they going to tell me the truth. Yeah. Because we're not being rude and disrespectful. I was like, we do our work. We wait till everybody finish. Same thing I told the other teacher. We wait till everybody finish. Then we give him the papers. He allows us to talk. I was like, we don't even know what his issue is. He always insert himself into something. We don't know what the issue is. Baby, that man did not believe us. He said, I don't want none of my players being rude and disrespectful to no teacher. So you girls are going to be an example. So I need 5 sets of bear crawls. Me and teammate looking at each other and we looking at him because out of all this time that we've been on the basketball team from junior varsity up until now, baby, what is a bear crawl? He said, oh, y'all don't know what that is? We was like, no. He said, okay, let me demonstrate. Y'all Hold on. Let's see. Can you see me? Yeah, y'all can see me. All right. So we standing at the end of the hall like this. He on the other end. So he demonstrates the bear cross. Me and my teammate looked at each other like. So he was like, let's get it. Y'all got 5 sets. Come on. And then we had 5 sets of 20. So you get down like this and crawl like a bear. Like that. You can't come up nothing. You crawl like a bear. So this is after practice. We're already tired. we already been running around for a good 2 hours. Now we got to do bear crawls. For a lion. You came and lied to our coach and said we was being rude and disrespectful to you. And the whole time you done gave us permission to talk in your class. We could never figure out what was the issue or why you kept targeting the basketball players. Now, my other teammate, most of the time when he said be quiet, she'd be like, I'm just be quiet because I ain't got time. But me and my other teammate, of course, we be like, man, what's your problem? Like, what is the problem? You giving us permission to talk. What's the issue? Like, why? And you would only check us basketball players. We're like, what is the issue? So, literally, we had to do 5 sets of 20 bear crawls. Bear crawls. Had never heard of that. Baby, the very next day when I tell you, like, our body was hurt, my body was so sore. Because then when we got to class, he was like, oh, y'all quiet today, huh? So teammate was like, I really should cuss you out. Or I really should call my mama. Now, her mama, ooh, baby, her mama did not care. Her mama would cuss the coaches out when we would play basketball. Her mama did not care. So you calling your mama up now? She was like, oh, you don't want none of my mama. You don't want none of my mama. And I was like, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. And I was like, one way or another, I'm going to find out. I was like, I don't even know what your issue is. And I said, well, yeah, you're right. You don't have to ever worry about us talking in your class no more. I was like, well, not me. So teammate was like, yeah, not me either. Which we did. We didn't say nothing. We didn't talk nothing. We did our work. We sat there quietly. We didn't talk to nobody else. We were coming there, be quiet, and ain't say nothing. And even the girls was like, dang, y'all ain't saying nothing. I was like, nah. He had us do bear crawls, telling our coach that we were rude and disrespectful. We'd be talking back to him in our classroom. And they was like, what? Why you ain't tell the coach to come in here? We would have something. I was like, yeah, he think y'all was gonna lie. So, and I was like, we had to do 5 sets of 20 or bear crawls. And I was like, our body hurt. It's a no. I said, don't worry about it. I said, one thing's for certain. My granny always tell me, yeah, that karma already come around. It always come around. So he didn't say nothing. Like, he just kind of looked and then put his head down. So we didn't say nothing. We was in class quiet or whatever. Well, lo and behold, you remember I told y'all he was in the classroom with my algebra teacher. Told you she was big girl, pretty face. You was in there because you wanted to date her. Well, actually, y'all was dating undercover. Y'all really not supposed to be dating in class. You're not supposed to be fraternizing with each other. But you got caught kissing. So you got in trouble. So you could no longer come in her classroom. Y'all had to stay away from each other. So when we get in class, teammates tell me, oh, yeah, you done got in trouble now. You done got in trouble now because you got your little girlfriend over there. You done got in trouble now. Rumors going around the class. We trying to find out what's going on. Why you was getting us in trouble. You doing stuff that you ain't had no business doing. So by the end of the semester, of course, both of them was leaving because it was rumoring that she was pregnant, and she confirmed she was pregnant. So of course, yeah, it was proof that y'all had to getting on. So they ended up leaving. So, but before he ended up leaving, he was like, I really enjoyed y'all. I really enjoyed teaching you girls. Everybody in this class, I really enjoyed y'all. So teammates, I bet you do enjoy. I bet you want to have our sympathy now. We still don't feel sorry for you. And street committee rumor mill is the reason why you kept coming at us and you was upset because you was supposed to have the coaching job, but our coach got it. His face turned red. He ain't say nothing. And I was like, and that will answer you. She was like, and that, I was like, that will answer it. So it must be true because you ain't saying nothing. And I was like, yeah, So anyway, yeah. Yeah, honey, we could not understand what the issue was. And the issue was because you wanted to be the coach, babe, where you were supposed to be the coach. But they went another way. They changed their mind. And you was taking it out on the basketball players in your class. Lied on us. And we had to do bear crawls, chair. I had never in my life. That was my first time doing bear crawls, and that was my last time doing bear crawls. All of the coaches that we had. How many coaches do we have on our team? 2? Yes. Yes. Between that coach, we had another coach before him. And then, yeah, because he was the coach of JV basketball. Holy crap. And the coach that we got in trouble about, he was coach of a varsity. We was on varsity. That makes sense now. You was mad. JV girls didn't win no games. Did we win games? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that is the story time of, I don't even know, what did I say y'all name is? Oh, bear crawl. That is the story time of bear crawl. Because, baby, we didn't even understand nothing. Anyway, y'all, yeah, y'all gonna get a lot of these little short stories that I got on the list, because that'll be like nice little fillers for my vlogmas. Anyway, I love you the most because you're definitely the dopest in real life. I'll see y'all in the next one. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.